Happy Women's History Month. How you doing? What's going on? This is Press X Start Podcast, Season 6, Episode 10. Press X to Start Podcast is an audio and video podcast seeking to transform video game media landscape through an underserved, protected point of view. I am your host, DJ, a.k.a. Sexy Bad Choices, a.k.a. Do You Know Who Brittany N. Morris is?
No, but I know who Brittany Renner is.
We all know who Brittany Renner is. Brittany N. Morris is a novelist and game narrative designer. As a narrative designer, she has worked on the survival game Subnautica Below Zero. I think we all know that game.
Oh,
Yeah, and was recently hired by.
I didn't know who Brittany Renner was, so I was just looking around.
Well, she was recently hired by Insomniac to work on the upcoming game Spider-Man 2. Now you know when this article was written. Her role as a writer on Spider-Man 2 will allow her to draw from previous Spider-Man related work project, the Miles Morales game prequel novel Wings of Fury. Do you know what that is, Avery? Wings of Fury?
If it's a young adult novel that Marvel has put out, I have not touched it with a 10-foot pole, especially if it's about Miles. If I'm not reading Scott Summers' fucking fan fiction on Live Journal, I'm not reading about Miles.
All right, well, listener and viewer, if you know what that is, let us know because we have no idea. In addition to her games writing, Morris is also the author of the young adult novel Slay, which tells the story of a black teen girl game developer battling an online troll. That's actually kind of a cool premise. It's called Slay. I wonder if it's an actual troll. I guess I'll have to figure that out. All right, that's who I am. Who is here?
I am Sean M.F. Ross.
What the MF stand for?
Black Tim's all up in your house again.
Whoa. Look at that. The MF is a warning. That's what that is. And who else is here?
Hi everyone, I'm Avery.
Wagon Dragon Williams.
Wagon Dragon.
I made a huge mistake.
Sean don't miss. All right, that is who we are. And now it is time for us to talk about the game we have all been playing. Yes, that is Elden Ring. All right. Shoot, I'll go first because I've probably spent the least amount of time in this game. Yeah, because last week I didn't really get to play it because I was doing Horizon. Anyways, so yes, I am playing Elden Ring. I've put in, I don't know, maybe like 15 or so hours in it. I gotta look at the game clock. It's really hard to tell. I have many feelings about this game. I will say that my history with Dark Souls is very, very small. I played a little bit of one of the Dark Souls game. I've played the demo of Demon Souls. I played the demo of Demon Souls again on the PS5 for a little bit at Sean's place. And then I played about an hour or two of Bloodborne. I've played Bloodborne, the start of it, multiple times, but I've gotten about an hour or so into that game. So I don't really have a wide knowledge base of Dark Souls and Dark Soul, the language, I would say. So when I started up Elden Ring, because I didn't have that language, there was a lot of like questions in terms of like, what is this thing? Why isn't this thing explained to me? Like this arrow that doesn't have the feathers on it has an arc, while this one with the feathers on it doesn't have an arc. Oh, that's kind of cool. I kind of wish they told me before I wasted my rabbit bones on it.
I'll make a point to say I found out about the difference between the two arrows 2 days ago.
What do you mean? Wait, what do y'all mean difference between two arrows? What is he
talking about? In your cookbook, you're able to make arrows out of like animal bones. And there are two types of arrows you get naturally. There are normal arrows and fletched arrows. And I looked at their individual stats, and there's absolutely no difference between them. So I just made the normal arrows. One day
arrows go further.
Yes, one day I decided to actually hit
shit.
One day I hit the square button on my controller to just see what the actual it was because I don't give a shit about like equipment in this like what you're wearing. I just kind of casually wear whatever the fuck I feel like at the time. Because like the stats are at a certain point, stats become negligible. But one day I noticed that I kept getting like a weird negative status effect when I was wearing a certain piece of equipment, and I'm like, huh, nothing in this like this breakdown tells me there's anything wrong with this. And so I just was flipping through screens and I realized, oh, I forgot that item descriptions are a thing. Because like I thought any item descriptions would be on the bottom when it says special features, but it's not. It's in the item description and it says, "Hey, this thing increases like blank and blank, but it also decreases blank and blank." Like, oh, that's what's been happening to me, huh? Let me look at these other item descriptions. Maybe I've been missing some things. Oh, this basically says this goes further.
But fletched arrows do that in real life.
Yeah, no, exactly. So like, it's cool to see
One
like,
of them is
oh,
easier to make.
yeah, exactly. Like if you know about archery, you'd be like, oh yeah, obviously when you have the feathers in the back of it, it doesn't arc as much because of aerodynamics. But and I think one of the main problems I've been bumping up with this game is that
Y'all will never be space niggers.
wait a minute. Space? But yeah, like the one of the things I've been bumping up with this game is just that there are like for the items, there are item descriptions. Put that in the item description. Like
No.
it's not that hard. Like it's because it's the conscious choice of we're going to leave this information off is annoying at times. And it's just like that is not so bad because, it doesn't require that much resources and it's just like, all right, whatever. But like at the start of the game, I had amassed like I think maybe like 3 or 4,000 runes and I was just like, "Oh, I'm going to buy these cookbook things because they might be helpful." It's like crafting stuff. And then I bought the cookbooks and I couldn't craft anything in the cookbooks because all the crafting materials of course wasn't in the open area. So it's just like I just wasted 3,000 runes on these cookbook stuff that I can't even use. So
That reminds me of I was trying to get the Alexander character gets stuck in things.
oh
And
yeah.
the second time not even the second time. The second time I encountered him stuck in something, he is like, "Oh, something might break. You can't do that. I need something slippery to get me out of here." I'm like, "Huh, slippery. All right, let me look through my shit, see if I have anything slippery. All right, let me throw some shit at you. Let me throw some grenade, like some pots at you." And like, well, there's the thing. There is a specific ultimately what you need is an oil cask. Unfortunately, the cookbook for an oil cask is hidden in an area that you can only get to if you decide to explore a certain area. So I was like,
I wonder if I've done that already.
Area is the quantity that express.
What the hell? That was my Siri.
They're like, "Oh, I got you."
So like certain area. So I'm like, huh. So I spent about 20 minutes trying to get him out with various things. I'm like, till I realize I just don't have the thing.
Yeah.
My
See,
man
and
wanted
I think
name brand KY jelly, not that store brand shit that ain't put a ton in.
everything else reacts to my skin. I need the sensitive skin one.
Need polyurethane.
But like, yeah, so it's been a lot of little speed bumps in the road of me like playing and progressing in this game. And on top of all that, it's just understanding, okay, what is the actual grind for this game? Because it's not necessarily kill enemies to level up. It's finding ways to get more runes to level up because you use the runes to level up in this game. So while doing all that, I am also learning the combat, figuring out how stuff works. There's a parry in the game, figuring out the parry. I have to say, out of all of my experiences playing games with parries, Dark Soul parrying is probably the worst experience I've had learning how to parry in this game. And it kind of goes into my bigger, I guess, critique in the game, but I'll get to that later. The parrying, when you press the button, the character does an animation, right? You would think, okay, well, if it might be a system where as the person attacks, you press the button and like, you'll parry the attack. That doesn't work. You're like, okay, so maybe if I have to make contact with the shield as the person is doing the attack, that doesn't work. What actually happens is, when you get hit in this game, your character reacts, does an animation. You can parry something while still taking the damage, but your character won't do the animation of taking damage. So the person will just sit there. And it's just like, this feels like a bug. Because when I first did, I was like, oh, I parried an attack and looked at my health. I'm like, I'm almost dead. What the fuck just happened?
Well,
So
most shields have a damage negation
no,
value.
no, no.
So
But
even if you do,
when you parry, you don't take any damage. Because I actually managed to parry. And when you parry, the enemy reacts and you're able to get a free blow in. That sounds weird. You're able to get a free attack in. So Dark Souls. But yeah, so like I out of all the time I tried like learning how to parry, like I watched videos and the video was like, yeah, so what you do is you press the button as the person is coming down on the swing, and that will trigger the parry. And it's just like the fact
when
that
is the
I have
person
to
swinging?
that's the thing. And like I think and that is the language of Dark Souls games because the actual AI of the enemies and the bosses, they're not smart. They're not trying to bait your attacks in an elaborate way. Everything just works off of their wind up swing window because it doesn't work off of a normal thought process of okay, this person is going for a wind up swing, the person's gonna hit. Like they will wind up, they'll take a couple of breaths, they'll get some coffee, probably go use the bathroom, come back, and then do the swing. And you're just like, Jesus Christ, this took forever to hit the swing. But like that's the game that you have to play in this game. And it took me some time to understand, okay, that is the language of this game. And that's what makes parrying not easy because you don't necessarily know offhand when this person is going to swing unless you know the character or you're really good at catching that time. So there was things like that I was learning about this game on the go. And once I kind of figured that stuff out, it became a better experience for me. On top of understanding, okay, the grind is to get your points into the things that really matter for your build. And once you do that, you'll start seeing damage being done. And like once I did all that, once all that happened, the chips fell into place and I was like, okay, I'm
Mhm.
able to enjoy this. Like I'm killing things more, I'm killing things quicker. Like there's an open field that has a couple of giants just doing their giant thing and I killed all of them. And after I killed the last one, I was like, huh, I just cleared this whole field. I'm gonna go play some soccer. Didn't play soccer. I just went and killed more things. But yeah, overall, I'm having a good time. I I said it. I think I said it. I'm not sure if I said it on the cast, but as I'm playing this, I am just getting so excited for whatever Dragon's Dogma
Play the
2
Witcher theme, Marcus.
is. I should play The Witcher. um, but yeah, like because like Dragon Dogma kind of operates in this same area, except I feel like you're able to just to do more with the enemies that you're fighting because you can climb on them. Like, and then again, like I don't know if I just don't have the proper tools yet or whatever. But like, for example, in Dragon's Dogma, if you're fighting a Cyclops, if you have an arrow, you can shoot the Cyclops in the eye, and it will like blind the Cyclops, and you get like free hits, and like the Cyclops will like drop to the ground or whatever. But like, I don't think
What
you can
about
do
the
that in Dark
enemies with two
Souls.
eyes? Can you shoot their eyes out as well?
Nah, you just stab them in the legs until they drop to their knees, and then you stab them in both their eyes.
There is they don't have a specific. Well, actually, it it depends on these certain enemy. Because I know in
Okay.
like Dark Souls, if I attack the dragon's tail long enough, the tail will come off, and there'll be a special animation of the dragon's
Yeah,
tail coming off or some bullshit.
yeah,
But I know there is animations like if you target like like a ogre in the head with an arrow, he'll get like it will be a critical hit and it will stagger them for a second. But
right,
the
yeah.
trade off is you're not doing it at super close range to capitalize on
Weapon,
that.
yeah, exactly, yeah. So yeah, like I was gonna say something about that. Yeah. Oh, so I'm having a good time of like just being wowed by the not the bosses per se, but like just the like the random like things that happen. Like there was this skeleton that was just walking about and I like hit it and it died and then like a giant smoke cloud appeared and it was a mimic, which
Hmm.
I of course no experience, had no idea what that meant. It was just like a giant aggro bear and I was just
Oh,
like
the
I don't
rune
want
bear?
nothing. Oh, that what it is? Oh, no, 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 it wasn't a rune bear because I've seen the rune bear and I was like, "Oh, it's trying to get honey or whatever." But like this thing was not about honey and it was about my cheeks and I was like, "I am not for this, sir." And I was running and I thought I got away from it and it like shot an air blast and it hit me off my horse. I was like, "God damn it." But it didn't kill me though because I had my points in vigor, so I was able to tank that hit. But and then I actually like later on went back to that same skeleton, hit it. It switched to the bear, and I was like, "This time, I'm strong enough to fight you." I was not strong enough to fight it, and it killed me mercilessly.
Apparently, they're one of the
Um,
more tougher enemies in the game.
Room
yeah, I
bear?
found that
Yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I found that out after the fact. Yeah, overall, I am enjoying this game. I am not. I feel like for me, I am more. It takes up my mental space of like, "Man, I can't wait to play this game." But then once I actually play the game, I'm just kinda like, "Ah, what am I doing right now? I guess I'll go east. I guess I'll go north." But, like, I'm not really once I get into the game, my excitement for the game kinda drops a bit. So, yeah, but I'm still progressing through the game and, seeing stuff and learning stuff as I go. But, yeah, that's been my overall, early experiences with the game. Who wants to go next?
I'm pointing at
Yeah.
Sean.
Sean, your go.
So I'm trying to figure out how many hours I have in the game. I am somehow over leveled, but still terrified of every mob just because the lowliest of shit can like do some weird, fury strikes on you and not let up. Um, but I've over leveled to the point where like I'm still taking chunks off of boss's health. Like
Right.
I think last time I talked about going to the Raya Lucaria, maybe I don't know if I talked about that on the cast, but I went to the second major boss area and I got there by accident and I was like, there's no way I'm high enough to actually take this fight yet. So I'm gonna just leave, but I'm
Mm,
gonna just, at least I got the site of grace warp points so I can, when I'm ready. And I didn't really level up all that much. I was like, let me just try it just because. And I think I, did it in like 3 tries just because the first time I didn't quite understand what the hell was going on.
right.
And the second, like, that's been my experience thus far. Avery doesn't approve.
Okay, this is I've been getting into my character stuff. I've been helping Marcus work on his acting, so I've been getting more and more into character stuff, and I've created a character of a typical Souls bro who's get good, strength 2 hand, no shield, no summons, no cringe magic. I just take
Listen,
fights 1v1.
you can fight like this is World War One if you want to. We have guns invented, we have drones and all that good stuff. All right, I'm using all my magic.
Oh yeah, just to I don't think I ever actually explained like where I am. I've beat Godric, so I beat the essentially the not tutorial portion of the game, but like the golden path portion of the game. Now it's just
Mhm.
like, all right, go figure yourself out. And I'm like, okay, I'll do that.
I
But yeah,
feel like
continue.
I have to finish this game just because Avery doubted that me and you would actually finish this game.
I feel like here's the thing. You know what's super funny? Like I was under that mindset, especially after like the first week of you guys playing. And then
Yeah.
I would look at Discord and see Sean playing it at random hours. Just
Yeah.
random hours. And I was like, huh, I lit a fire, didn't I? Good for you.
Man.
Well,
Yeah, yeah.
like I told you, I was gonna finish Horizon so I could thoroughly play Elden Ring because there's nothing else I really I would almost say I'm mainlining this because I'm kind of addicted to it. I like just walking around just throwing rocks at shit. Um, and I wouldn't say I'm kind of playing it like an MMO where you go sitting there and farm shit
Right.
for a long time. So like right now I'm a level 101.
Which is crazy to see because I think
You're
the
much
last
higher.
time
You're a much higher level than I am. Then
yeah, because I think the last time Sean talked about level, you were like 30 something. So
I was
like,
close to like 30, 40 something. Yeah.
yeah.
I sat there farming and farming because I mean I am able to kill stuff in just a few hits, and I still run around like, nah, I don't want to take that fight. Um,
Just in
most
case he might be stronger than me.
yeah, he might be packing. Most bosses, as they're about to reach me and hit me, I'm getting on my final cast and they keel over on top of me.
Mm,
Um,
jeez.
I love exploring in the game. I like that they added the spirit horse, spectral horse.
Mhm.
Um, it just gets me out about a lot of stuff. I do not like when they rip you off your horse though, and you get invaded by NPCs.
Yeah, that happened to me once before, and I was, and then, like, of course, like I didn't know what was happening, so I was
Mhm.
just like, "Why can't I get on my horse?" I thought that I like broke the game or something, and then it was like, "Oh, you're being invaded." I was like, "Ah, shit! Like, where? Who? What's happening?" And like, luckily for me, I was on an open field, so I was able to like
Yeah,
see the person and deal with the person. The person just wasn't good at all, and I was like, "Oh, I can easily like take you, even though I don't know too much about this game."
terrible. I don't know. I think I'm wandering around trying to figure out where I'm supposed to go. I don't mind the obtuseness of the game. I just wish it had a little bit more, hey, go over in this direction or something. I, I
Yeah,
guess that
yeah,
I guess the arrows from the side of grace help a little bit, but not totally. But
yeah.
it is what it is.
Like,
I'll see.
let me ask you a
Yeah,
question. How often are you going to Google when playing the game?
not very. Um, Not at all actually. Maybe just like if I'm stuck at a point and I don't know what direction to go, literally.
Yeah, then you'll check to figure out
But
like, okay.
I have a lot of the map, at least the lower portion of the map, open already, just because I was
Mhm.
just riding around, just grabbing stuff.
Right.
I don't even use crafting. I don't know if y'all actually like craft anything and use it other
I
than
craft all the fucking time.
I
Really?
have not
What
used
are you
it.
crafting?
Yeah, I
Like
craft
arrows?
arrows, grease,
Oh, grease. Yeah, okay.
and heals.
Oh, you can craft healing stuff.
Yeah, like if I against stats effects. Like there are areas in the game where enemies will
Oh,
spam certain types of elemental effects. There are
yeah.
areas in the game where like, hey man, we just need you to walk through this pool of poison or rot,
Mhm.
and like half the time you're gonna end up getting that shit. And poison's manageable as long as you're paying attention. Rot will fuck you
Yikes.
because like
Yeah.
rot operates at the same like double the speed of decay as poison. And then
Oh.
like most enemies that do rot can do like big burst damage. So suddenly you're like you'll have this much health and try and heal and you'll die during the heal animation.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Jesus. Okay.
And I'm still meleeing as a mage just like I did on Final Fantasy. So I'm running up and stabbing things. I picked up this sword that also casts magic, but then it has a follow-up attack.
Is it Night and Flame?
No, it's a
Okay.
Lazuli glint sword or something like that. I don't know,
I don't know
but
what that means.
basically, like normally as a mage, or at least in astrology, you have something called a glintstone pebble that you toss it. You know, that's your main first spell. This one is a similar version, but it doesn't cast as far. But then you can immediately do a lunge heavy attack to cover the distance.
That's pretty cool.
So I'm using that a lot too. So I'm still hitting things, but I have a lot of grease, like magic grease, fire grease, dragonstone grease. I
Yeah.
just realized you can eat the dragon hearts, I think, or you can consume it or something like
Oh,
that. Because I'm
I
not
don't know.
gonna do
I mean, I'm in a
incantation.
I'm in a weird period of time. I'm in a weird period of time where like I have so many like Elden Lord. I had so many remembrances of like big
Mhm.
bosses, and I'm like, do I really want to just spend these to get weapons I'm never going to use, or should I spend them on the actual souls? It's not enough souls for a level. I guess I'll just hold them.
Are you using the rune arcs with the great runes, Avery?
It took me forever to figure out what the rune arcs were, because in every Souls game, for the most part, except for every Souls game, they have this thing called humanity, which is like you have your normal character, and then your character dies, and then you come back as like a like a zombie-esque figure, and to get like your appearance back, you do this thing called you consume this consumable called humanity, and it also gives you some extra health. So it's one of those things where it's like it's kind of an extra healing item and stuff, but it's like kind of hard to use. But you mainly use it for like unlocking certain events and character abilities and things like this. And so I was just getting rune arcs, and like I had a great rune, and it just wasn't doing anything. So I'm like, I went on to use this. I just moved on, and then I think it was around when I did the Radon boss fight, I looked at the rune and I'm like, I wonder what happens if I consume this. I have 19 of them. With like using one of them is not going to really fucking do anything. And turns out they they activate the rune, and that's the humanity of this game. And I'm like, I wonder, like when I first consumed it, I was like, I wonder how long this lasts. And I had it for like
it's until you die.
I had it for like 4 hours. I'm like, oh, this is the humanity of the game.
So wait, what did the rune do?
Okay, so like when you kill
certain you beat Godric, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you kill certain enemies, they drop something. They drop the Great Rune, which you can activate at one of relatively nearby tower. That's relatively easy to recognize as this is where they want me to go to activate this. But when you equip it, it doesn't have any effect. It will say what the rune does, but it won't have any effect. If you pop a rune arc, it will activate the Great Rune you have.
The rune arc is the crescent looking.
Right? Yeah.
Is that not an attack?
No. It's a consumable item. You consume it, and it will activate the effect of that Great Rune. And the Godric one is the one that gives you a boost to all your parameters. So suddenly I'm using that, and I can finally use magic. And
but interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think I even have a need for it right now. If I use that shit.
Is this what Super Saiyan feels like?
I feel like Thanos out this bitch. You gotta activate it, but it's hella hard to kind of get to that little area, DJ.
What area are we talking about?
To go activate the first rune arc. I mean, Great Rune.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Well, but I mean,
I found one of the teleporting chests that took me over to, was it Celia
Cavern, Crystal Caverns or whatever.
Yeah. I was in there. I was just like, nah, I saw a video on this. I'm not about this. So like, I literally paused it and looked up a video to see like how the person got out. The person walked out of the cabin, hit the next person, the next like creature thing that it saw, and I was like, that's a stupid move. And it was a stupid move because there was a magic person just sitting on top of the shack that you come out, and that person just hit him with like a bunch of and I was just like,
and I know like 5 times in a row. It's a
they can spam those. Yeah.
I literally just snuck out the cabin. I didn't. He actually shot his little shot at me once because I had my back to him and I was like pretty much at the exit of that little cavern area. But yeah, continue.
I'm done though, Avery. I mean, we running kind of long.
Apologies, Marcus. I'll get you out in the next 5-10 minutes, maybe. I don't know. You can cut around this. You're the master of you're the man now, dog. But no, yeah, I am playing this game like a Souls game. So if I didn't do that shit in Dark Souls, I'm not doing that shit here. So
why are you carrying over old habits? It's a new game.
It's not a new game. It's the exact same game except in an open world.
Yeah,
that's the only difference.
But like, you get jellyfish in this game. Jellyfish.
I didn't have those jellyfish in Dark Souls 1. I don't need them now. And that's not even me being, to quote Sean, a sadist. It's that like I've said because like I did a podcast ages ago on this channel that was about how I got through Bloodborne, and I pretty much I said, whatever you gotta do, whatever you gotta do it. The game has so many ways to make it more manageable. I don't understand why people think these games are hard, and that attitude is still carrying me through this game. Like I haven't had to use the ashes. I haven't really had to use the NPC summons unless I thought it was a real cool story thing that I summoned this person here. Like when I did the Radon fight, like there's like 10 summon signs in that fight that activate instantly. And so the first time I rolled up, I summoned Alexander, Blade, like this random chick, like
My
six
man
other.
pulled up like the Avengers
Yeah,
symbol.
and that's why that's the coolest boss fight in the game, because you run up and it's like you be fucking seeing Alexander, the pot guy, running at this dude over the distance, like, oh, this is kind of dope. And they all died, and I fought the boss solo after that. And I realized, oh, I can keep just re-summoning them if I want to. Huh, this makes this fight less cool, but but I ended up doing it. I'm playing this game like I played Bloodborne, I play it like a soul, so I'm melee focused dexterity build. Bleed on katanas is a random boon I didn't know I was gonna get in this game, and is like super fucking broken. I've got like a level, I think I'm at a level 18 Uchikatana right now, and I'm just like I'm killing most enemies in 2 blows. Cause like when you
Jesus
first get an Uchikatana, it's
Christ.
like it's level, it has like it scales at E. But when you get to the highest level, it scales at B. I put all of my points into dexterity, so it does a shit ton of damage. And then if I get the bleed on like the third or the fourth or fifth hit, that's like 25% of most enemies' health right there.
Yeah.
And so I'm having a lot of fun with the game. It was nearly, I was going to make the like decision of, oh, this is my game of the year, like about halfway through my gameplay, and then I realized I was like a third through the game, and I'm like, okay, this is wearing on me. And then I got to my third encounter with a Crucible Knight and my fifth duo boss doing bullshit, and I'm like, oh, this is this is these are things I can critique about not liking this game. Like the game's lack of the true realization doesn't really bother me because I expect that out of Souls games, and for the most part, narratively it's fine because it's either completely random and it's just like happenstance you find it, or it's like narratively consistent. Like a character will randomly say, "Oh, when I was a young knight, I was traveling around. I had a magic sword and I lost it in a building. I wonder what building that was." And you go there and you find the sword lost in the building. I mean, he told you where it was. You just had to fucking find that shit. Yeah, I'm enjoying my time. I'm a little bit burnt out because like I'm just sitting there going like, how much of this game can I going to do? Like I had a period where like I had nothing to do but play Elden Ring. When I said I fought about 20 bosses in a single day, I'm like, I told you I fought like 20 bosses in a single day, and like a lot of the uh a lot of the mystique of the lots of bosses in this game are ruined when it's clear that this boss is just an NPC summon. Like this is just a player character that they've put in here as a boss figure, or this is the third time they're gonna fight this boss, and it has more HP and one more bullshit gimmick move they can do now. But it's like, and those are kind of annoying. And then like there's a lot of cut and paste like dungeons in the game in terms of like exploration. Like if you see a catacomb and you see a cavern, it's going to have a different layout, but odds are it's going to be the exact same inherent design unless it has to do with the story. But that being said, I am, according to the game's card, I'm 33% way through it. I've beaten, I technically can beat the game now because I've beaten 2 shard bearers. But like I'm going to keep on my gauntlet of exploring the area and finding every boss I see.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, that's our impressions, or that's our update of where we are with Elden Ring. Well, with that being said, I think it is time to pull this bad boy in. This has been our episode of Press X to Start podcast. We hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we enjoyed making it. Don't forget to rate and reviews on your favorite podcasting apps. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share with your friends, your relatives, your coworkers, and just the random people you see on your way to 7-Eleven. If you missed any of this, you can find all details and more on our website at pressx2start.com. Until next time, we will be talking about more game news and probably our updates in where we are in Elden Ring. You take care and you have a good day/night. Peace out.
Deuces.